I equally grow just as much as anybody I intend to help initially.
I want to make a difference.
Being able to be there when they need it most gives me great reward.
I think it boils down to rolling out of college. I was hungry to get in the field, had other college opportunities, but I said, you know what, I want to give back to my community for a little while. I grew up in Maine South right here, and felt compelled to get out there and start helping people directly rather than just having my face buried in the books all the time. What kind of nudged me to take a job at CHL and pass up quite a few more dollars an hour at a couple other opportunities that I had was I had a sense that there was going to be a lot of bonuses involved. Talked to the person that hired me and they said there is bonuses, eventually, opportunity for growth, but that's not quite what I was talking about. What I was after originally, what nudged me to finally hop on board the CHL team, was the fact that the bonuses I knew I was going to get had to do with sacred moments, so to speak. And those sacred moments were helping someone out, seeing them get a house after being homeless for several years, or learning how to manage their addiction and growing as a human being. More so than any other Wall Street executive driving a red Ferrari down the street, I knew I was going to get a larger bonus than any of those people. So that's what kind of nudged me, and I have no regrets since.
Because what I do for a living is close to what I lived with my own child. And my daughter was diagnosed with ADD, ADHD, bipolar, and she started cutting. So I had to learn how to navigate the system to help her. My whole life is connected to the job I do.
Well, it all started about 10 years ago when I retired from the military and come out to Massachusetts thinking I wanted to get into counseling of some sort. And I put out applications to some universities, and the one that I decided to go with, the specific degree was in counseling with an emphasis in substance abuse and addictions. At the time I wasn't too certain about how in depth I wanted to follow that career, but after I started getting into the studies and learning more about it, I actually found out that some of the tendencies that some of the people went through had a lot of same similarities as my son did. As we adopted the boy that went through a lot of trauma from substance abuse and addiction.
It's always egalitarian. It's always equal, and I always gain just as much as reward personally as they do from my help, you know, and that means a lot to me. A particular individual I work with, or we work with each other, I should say, is or was struggling with the realization that they had good qualities about them as a human being. And I mentioned to this person, well, since the 6 months that I've known you and been working with you, the list of good qualities about you as a human being is greater than any of the negatives that you've listed to me about yourself. And in reply, the person pointed out how even though I was a bit of a rookie rolling into the field for only 6 months, I've made a huge impact. And they in turn went through the long list of good qualities I have as a professional helper. And that moment, that conversation was meaningful, and it was immensely profound. And I think of that when I'm having a rough day, because this is tough work and that keeps me going. That story.
I'm happy coming into work because here is like family, and we work in a team. I want to help give these moms skills, teach them how to navigate the system. I love it. I just love helping parents. It can be difficult at times because you're reliving kind of what you already lived with your family, So it can be really hard and frustrated at times. But the joy in the work is when you see the kid and the family actually getting better.
I've received phone calls from clients after they've been out of here for 2, 3, 6 months and received letters on the holidays and cards and just different things, just saying, Kevin, thank you so much for what you did. It helped me out. And one client actually acknowledged that because I talked him into staying into treatment and helped him through treatment, he was able to get through the treatment we performed and then was able to take the treatment on to a halfway house. And then when he graduated the halfway house, he actually got his children back into his life. And that's when I got a phone call. There's nothing more rewarding than knowing you touched somebody's life, and it changed not just one, but their whole family. And that's why I come to work every day, is try to help one more person each day I come in.